In a world spinning with uncertainty, hope isn't just a feeling, it is a powerful life strategy. Join host of Idaho Matters, Gemma Gaudette, Tuesday, January 21st at the Idaho State Museum for a panel discussion that explores how to cultivate happiness and resilience in daily life. Find out more on our website and register for free, boisestatepublicradio.org.
More Idaho Matters right now from the studios of Boise State Public Radio News. I'm Gemma Gaudette. Across the globe, human trafficking remains a serious problem impacting millions of people every year, even folks right here in Idaho. That's why the work being done by the Idaho Anti-Trafficking Coalition is so incredibly important. This local nonprofit provides important resources to victims in our community, as well as raising awareness around crimes of exploitation all year round. Joining us now to talk more about this work is the Coalition's Executive Director, Jennifer Zielinski. Jennifer, nice to have you on the program again.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So Jennifer, for folks who aren't familiar, tell us a little bit about the Idaho Anti-Trafficking Coalition and how exactly it got started.
So we started around 2018 as a grassroots effort. A lot of community members were coming together and wanting to join forces in really addressing human trafficking, recognizing that it wasn't really being addressed in Idaho. And at the time, we didn't have a designated organization that was taking it on. So we launched as a nonprofit, and then beyond that, we started to expand our efforts statewide. We launched a 24/7 crisis hotline, and then we've expanded our efforts to ensure that we are working alongside the community member to ensure that there are services and supports throughout the state of Idaho for victims and survivors. So we've expanded our partnerships beyond 75 various agencies and businesses, and then well over a dozen nationally as well.
So my understanding is that there are two primary forms of human trafficking. Jennifer, can you tell us a little bit about both of those?
Yeah, human trafficking is the exploitation of an individual through forced or coerced commercial sex acts or some type of labor acts. And they can intersect, of course, where individuals are forced into performing some type of commercial sex act and then forced labor. But there is a third party. There's either some type of criminal network or a trafficker, somebody who's controlling that situation. And so that may be through force or fraud or coercion, oftentimes threats, manipulation, lies. It can be through false promises or fake contracts. And so commercial sex acts varies. It can be any type of form of pornography, explicit or illicit type of activity. And then labor can include things like domestic servitude. It can be any type of labor in businesses inside of homes. And unfortunately, those forms of acts can be exploited and certainly targeting individuals through various vulnerabilities.
How often or how do people become victims of these crimes?
Yeah, so like I just said, the vulnerabilities are oftentimes the easiest way to exploit an individual. So someone who may be facing homelessness, dealing with unstable housing, it can intersect with various types of violence, such as domestic violence or sexual assault, stalking, other victimizations as well. And so a lot of times the intersections are also vulnerabilities. They're easy to target somebody that way. So where maybe a perpetrator will offer them a place to stay or offer them a job, offer them things that they're lacking. And so by filling in that need, by filling in that void, there's an opportunity to start to gain control over someone, oftentimes through either forced or offered substance use. That's a primary way to control somebody through substance. So any type of drug, alcohol, any way of controlling someone, and then inducing them into these acts. So forcing someone to perform commercial sex acts or to provide some type of labor, and that individual isn't benefiting financially or benefiting anything of monetary value. It's that third party that's benefiting. And so, and then it is through control, it is through coercion, it's through force. So typically, those vulnerabilities that we see within our communities are oftentimes the targets of this crime.
And what do human trafficking numbers look like here in the United States?
Yeah, so that's always a tough question. It's extremely underreported, especially in states that are really lacking a full systemic overhaul, such as Idaho. We can speak from our numbers. This last year, we assisted 227 individuals. And those numbers almost, so the demand itself for us this last year increased by 54%. Our housing assistance, the housing needs for individuals that we supported last year increased by 230%. And so since the inception of our organization, we've provided 41,613 direct victim assistance services and support. So from our perspective, we see this as a very serious issue. We are definitely growing beyond capacity, and there's certainly a need for statewide services and support.
Mm-hmm. I only have about a minute left with you, so I really want to get to the fact that you're launching a new campaign this month to help raise funds for your nonprofit. Can you quickly tell us about the campaign and what you're hoping to accomplish and how folks can help?
Yeah, we are challenging businesses and corporations to get involved. So we've launched a corporate giving campaign, and our focus is to really make this issue visible. And so we're hoping that various businesses and corporations will contribute, will take a stand, will contribute to this issue, and so that we can continue to expand our efforts and also meet the current demand, meet the needs that we're dealing with right now. The increase is significant. And individuals can contact us through our website at idahoatc.org. There are various ways that individuals can get involved. We also encourage people to get involved through volunteerism as well. And then expand awareness and information, and especially contacting policymakers and legislators to really put pressure on the state of Idaho to implement true standards of care so that we can really start effectively and safely servicing individuals who are victims.
Well, I want to thank you so much for speaking with us about this. We've been talking with Jennifer Zielinski, the executive director of the Idaho Anti-Trafficking Coalition, talking about human trafficking right here in Idaho and what's being done to stop it. And that'll do it for this episode of Idaho Matters. Thanks so much for listening. And just a reminder, you can find all of our episodes wherever you get your podcasts.
If you like podcasts like this, explore more from the Boise State Public Radio podcast family. There you'll find a mix of daily news, Idaho Voices, and in-depth series on a wide range of topics. I'm talking wild horses, political scandals, sustainable ranching, and militia groups in a post-January 6th world. Wherever you get your podcasts, just search Boise State Public Radio to find what Idaho's NPR station has in store for you.